art. Here's what we're gonna do today. Look and listen. I'm going to read you a story today. And then we'll do our relaxation exercises to prepare ourselves for drawing. That's right, then we're gonna draw. And then we'll put our drawing stuff away and we'll clean up. And then you will share your work. I'm down in the corner over here. Hello. I'm going to read you a story called Everything You Need for a Treehouse. Everything you need for a treehouse starts with time and looking up and imagining a home of timber and rafters and wrangled, gnarled bark. Let's look at that picture and go back. Your tree may need to stand mighty and alone with balconies of branches so you can fling your arms wide and scout skunks in their burrows and moles in the meadow, even if you need binoculars and 10 tippy toes. Or maybe it's one soldier in an army of trees, and from far away you'd have to squint to see which one is yours. Is that my turret or a tangled crown? A grove of generals, your refuge in the flora. Oh, look at this one. What are they bringing up there? Whoa, look at this treehouse. They have a ramp going up, and they're bringing the little girl up on a rope. Whether solo or squished, make sure your tree is tall. You'll want to see the sun speckles up close. Oh, look how he's getting up the tree. There are steps going all the way around it. And a rope to hold on to. Start with blueprints to sketch and a hammer to hit, some nails and a saw. Don't forget a hard hat for your head. Then brace once and bolt twice. Raise slats on some stilts. Run a ladder up high. They're measuring, they're kind of tangled up. And this girl is climbing up the tree. It's a big tree. And here are their sketches down here. Look at that. And they're planning over here. Oh, look, this house goes around the trees. That's another kind of tree house. With the scraps, you can build a box for the begonias and a picket for the zinnias. Here, tiny slugs, this piece is for you. You can even have this marigold, 'cause seeds are easy to sow. Of course, you'll need a swing or maybe a rope, some twisted twine of spun sugar and sap, a way to climb and sprawl out on a limb or slide back down again. Wow, look at that big tree. They have a swing. That looks really fun. 2 swings. And a water fawn. Look, she's doing a cannonball. And they're sunbathing over here. You should build yourself a bookshelf because you might want to sail sun-kissed seas or dig a hole through dirt and roots and rocks to the other side. When you get hungry in your hideaway, you'll be glad for this stack of snacks you stashed in your backpack. Red licorice and drippy peaches are my favorites, but if you like pistachios, those are okay too. The pirates like those, so we can spit the shells from our perch. Oh, their treehouse is a ship in a tree. Make sure your sleeping bag doesn't have holes. Your socks either, the fuzziest kind. It gets chilly so high, and you don't want to shiver under the pin-pricked canopy. Oh, that house is really high up. There's an alien bringing them pizza. But the stars will fall past your reach and you'll need a flashlight so you can make your own sky with spotlights and shadows. And you'll think it's such a good idea, this pile of pillows. Should the shadows ever growl, it would be nice if your sleeping bag had room. You scoot that way and I'll scoot this way. Did you hear that bullfrog chorus? The best kinds of friends share squeezed hands and they come with some guts and a smile. Ooh, it's a big tent treehouse in the swamp. You can spill secrets and whispers in a treehouse because the wind keeps them snug with a rustle, which is a hush you can feel in your bones. That's how you know it's safe. But if your whisper is broken, you can warble and yell. The thrashers will scatter, and the barn owls echo, and the crickets will welcome the company, the begonias, the whispers, the sap, and the speckles. Everything you need for a treehouse starts with time and looking up. Oh, they're planning to grow themselves a big tree. Well, I hope you got some good ideas from this book because you're going to draw your own treehouse now.
Let's do a few exercises to warm up for our project. First, we'll lift our shoulders up to our ears. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out, let them drop down. Again. Good. Now, hold your 2 lemons in your hands. Squeeze as hard as you can. Squeeze out those lemons. Don't make a fist, but keep your hands like a claw. Good. And drop the lemons. Great. And just rub the back of your hands like a cat. Just pet the back of your hands. There you go. Good. Now to relax our eyes, take your 2 hands together and rub them. Feeling them getting hot. Okay, now put your palm right under your eye. Other palm right under your eye. And just look for those lights inside the darkness. You can close your eyes to make it extra dark. And just watch those flashes how they fade away. And take your hands down. Okay, let's try.
Today you need crayons, markers, and your sketchbook. Pause the video while you go get the things that you need.
Hi guys, we're going to do a really fun warm-up drawing today. We're going to draw with both hands. So you're going to need 2 different colored markers, and I'll show you how to do the drawing with 2 hands at once.
Don't start your drawing yet. Just watch me do mine and then you can do yours. We're going to draw a body starting at the head and then going down to the feet. When we're done, we'll start at the feet and go back up to the head. Don't worry about making it perfect. This is just a drawing warm-up. It can look nothing like a person if it has to. I'm going to switch the markers and starting at the feet, Go over the whole drawing one more time. Now it's time for you to start your drawing. Remember, don't worry if it doesn't come out perfect.
Okay, so now it's time for you to make your treehouse drawing. And in your drawing, I want you to think about the tree houses that you saw in the book. Like, what are the things you want to consider when you're trying to consider how they get into the tree? So remember, there was that ramp going up. There was one that had steps. What's the other one? The one where the little girl's like winding up the rope, bringing her friend up in the basket. So you want to think about how to get into the tree. You want to think about what kind of tree is it. It's a redwood tree, palm tree, oak tree. Think about how it's attached to your tree. What is it made out of? What special features does it have? Does it have a pool? Does it have a slide? Lots of things to consider, and I cannot wait to see what you come up with.
Don't draw yet. Just watch me do mine, and then I'll give you some time for you to do yours. To bring up lunch, and in the front I will make little Laura. That's me as a kid getting really excited to see this tree house. Okay, here's a tree in another color, a little friend for the tree. You can make the leaves however you want. And I'm going to make some smaller trees in the background to show that they're far away. Now it's time to color. I want a light green on the tree, so I'm using the side of the crayon and rubbing it. And I want it more intense green, so now I'm using the end of the crayon. The good thing about crayons is they come in a lot of different shades of green, but maybe a little fall foliage. Here is some oranges, and you can just layer the crayons up to make darker colors if you want. And so if you really want an intense color, go over it a few times. So I went over the shirt a few times there so that it's really bright pink. I'm going to make the house blue. So I use the end of the crayon because I wanted a darker, more intense color. But here on the grass I want a lighter green. So I'm using the side of the crayons for the lighter colors. I think I'll make the inside of the house pink. And then I use the side for the light blue. I'm just coloring in everything.
Pause the video while you draw your tree house.